Don't hang yourself around people who kill your vision. You are lazy, they are more lazy. You are a procrastinator, they are more. And they are the ones that will say, see, don't kill yourself, oh. Just sleep, just rest, and all that. Never. And what I actually want you to do is to bow. So, that's so powerful. That if God's children don't understand the importance of what they have, they are ceding it to the enemy, then the enemy will use that same thing to transact with God's children in exchange for something bigger. Because he didn't get it all by himself in the first place. It was the lack of recognition of Adam that handed it over to the devil. Most times when the devil wants to cheat people, he makes sure they don't understand what they have. They have something and they go work hard for something less than what they have. So he said, it's been given to me. Now, listen, and the reason why I'm making emphasis there is that that word will be coming throughout this series. The concept of kingdom, the concept of power, the concept of authority. We're going to be studying it throughout. We need to understand how it works. Unfortunately, an average believer is not wired for power, and an average believer is not wired for kingdom. Many things are responsible for the configuration of the average believer. Number one is the fractured society is responsible for the building of the believer also, and then the broken family system. What makes a family system broken is not that father and mother are not together. Father and mother can be together, and yet it is more dysfunctional than the one that was raised by a single parent. So there is a broken culture that God made these things. Listen to what I'm saying here. The reason why God made family is to demonstrate his relationship with his children. It is not just about the fact that they were managing themselves for 70 years of marriage. No. If it is not demonstrating what God wants to demonstrate, it has failed. So a broken family culture is also responsible for the raising of the believer. Then another one, which is the saddest one, is that there is also the presence of clergy who don't understand kingdom. As a matter of fact, possibly those who took up ministry because they failed everywhere else. A defeated shepherd cannot raise a victorious Christian. I say what I say with so much pain in my heart, I can't just shed tears. That when you drive on the street on a Sunday morning, how many of the places where God is being called are really producing the people that can alter narratives? It is dysfunction to call church a place of worship. It is more than that. When you say church is a place of worship, what you have done is that you have imported your concept of Ogun, Obatala, and Shogo, and Amadioha. What you do is that you go there and give your libation and all whatever it is to the gods. You don't need to take responsibility for anything. They will fight your enemies for you. You don't have to have sense. Amadioha is in charge. So we consult God with the same mindset. So it is true that many people would have been better off without religion in terms of earthly dominion. Every time the church functioned as religion, it was as brutal as Islam. There's been a dark age of the church. The Catholic and the Protestant. People were actually being killed. So change your concept. Worship is not in a place. Jesus said a time will come, you'll never have to worship God on this mountain or on that mountain. So this is not a house of worship. You are the temple of God's worship. Okay? This is ecclesia, house of senate. Please, I beg you, listen. The reason why when Jesus came, he was not interested in anything else was because nothing else was his purpose than to die. They wanted to make him a king. He was not interested. They wanted to drag him to political matters. He was not interested. But the time came that the body of Jesus was lying on the cross. And there was a need for somebody who was interested to bargain for it. The posture Jesus took when he came is the posture of the sacrificial lamb that came to take away the sin of the world. But in his life, he also showed us that if these things will be possible, there are also other accessories, ministries, and combinations that you need. Don't take things out of context. Study the flow of the Bible. We call it the salvific flow of the Bible. There was a time a man called Haman wanted to wipe out the Jews. Okay? And they were going to be killed. So Mordecai sent and called his protege, Esther, and said, I know you've heard about this plot. If you don't do anything about it, it will be wiped out. And she said she was going to go and pray. They should also pray for her. And then she will go into the king. We've seen cases where the agenda of God could not come to pass except that there was an agreement with somebody who has connection to power. Our problem began the moment church to us was just house of worship.